Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Antimatter Architect. I am your Antimatter Architect, Overlord London, and today we're going to be talking about, it's a very important thing to consider when you're building your deck. It's understanding your matchups. So first, to be able to do this, you need to understand what the meta is. So when you've discovered the popular decks that people are playing in ranked, you can go, okay, how am I going to counter these? Now, the problem with this is when you're in a very, one or two deck meta, you know what you're going to come up against most of the time. You know what you should be using to counter it. You know what you should be doing pretty much to guarantee you win most of the time. Unfortunately, when the meta is really diverse, the game is more fun, but it also means you can't counter every deck in the meta. So what you need to do is you need to build your deck that you want to build. Then you need to look at, okay, what are my bad matchups going to be? Like, if you've got a lot of spelled and trap cards, running lots of back row, then if the meta contains a deck like 6 Samurai, who are going to be able to shut you down pretty easily, maybe you might want to rebuild your deck a bit. If you've got, say, lots of effects that target monsters, or target cards, you've got to look at that and go, okay, are we seeing a lot of Red Eyes / Dragon, or other cards that are unaffected by targeting, like Hazies? And you got to go, okay, how am I going to make my decks better? Now, of course, if you have one bad matchup, that's not bad. One bad matchup isn't terrible. But if your deck is going to lose, or have a bad matchup to at least half the meta, then you should probably look at rebuilding your deck. Now, I'd probably say the safest bet, as of recording, is that running a Neos engine is very safe at the moment. Now, while there are cards which get rid of Neos, Sazank gets around his protection, Metaphys Banish, the new Crystron boss monster banishes everything. So there are bad matchups. But as a whole, having protection against any form of destruction is amazing. That's also why 6 Samurai are very good, because when they get Fuma in the graveyard, most of them are protected by the card effect. You can banish Fuma, and then that negates the destruction effect. And of course, Shien, they're pretty much their boss monster. He has his own protection, where if he will be destroyed by battle, he can destroy another 6 Sam on the field instead. So again, he's got a lot of battle protection. Battle protection is really good in this game. If you can be protected from some form of destruction, either from battle or even card effect, you're running fine. But of course, not every deck has this, so you got to look at your other options. So, how do you counter a diverse meta? Well, at the time of recording, the meta contains at least 10 decks. So, like I said, you're not going to have the best matchup every time. But most of the decks currently in the meta run lots of monsters and running lots of monster effects and aren't running much back row. This isn't true for all of them, this is true for most of them. So you got to think, okay, do I want to build a deck which is unaffected by card effects? Do I want to build a deck just full of strong monsters which can't be beaten over? Do I want a bit of both? Again, this is why I highly suggest a Neos engine, because the Brave Neos, he is so easy to get out, and he's at least a 2600 card, beater, which is good if you're not going to, especially if you're not running beatdown. You want at least him to be able to protect yourself. Now, again, it's not going to be a perfect deck. You're not going to have the best matchup every time. Metaphys is probably the best anti-meta deck you can run at the moment, because all your stuff gets banished. You're banishing your own cards to activate effects. You've got Tyrant Dragon, who is immune to trap effects. You got Daedalus, which removes all special summon monsters, which is great in this meta. You've got the Nephthys card, which banishes all set spells and traps. You've got pretty much all your removal right there. And you don't need to run beatdown, which is fantastic. So they're probably the best anti-meta option. Now, of course, you do need to get your combo going. and getting combos going can be difficult because you can brick with Metaphys. So what if you run something like Cristrons? Again, a great deck, since they make most of their plays during your opponent's turn. You're going to be synchroing during your opponent's turn. The level 5 Crystron can set all your opponent's monsters into defense position when it's special summoned. So if you're going against Blue Eyes or Red Eyes or pretty much any deck, you're going to be able to flip those bad boys into defense position and they cannot hurt you for a turn. And also their big boss monster, he banishes, you can banish 3 cards, either 3 monsters I should say, that are either on the field or in the graveyard. So even against, say, Red Eyes, which would counter targeting, you just banish everything in their graveyard. Because they can't counter stuff, he can't protect himself, they can't protect their graveyard, they can't even protect stuff on the field. So that's another thing you got to consider as well with Cristrons. Cristrons are another good anti-meta strategy. And then of course Buster Blader is always safe because there's lots of dragons going around right now, but it is a slower strategy. So you need to run lots of traps, which puts you in bad position against 6 Samurai. And then you've always got a Monarch option, but they're really slow, you need to run Beatdown. Hazies are really good against, like, say, Subterrors, but unfortunately they don't hit hard. So you need to run some other options in the deck, and it can be a brick. It is a bricky deck, which is why it's only been meta like a couple of times. That was way back when. So again, with easier options here, and you can also always build some sort of diverse deck. You can put in some unique tech options if you like, but of course you don't want to ruin the consistency of your deck as well by running these tech options. I'd probably say at the moment the best tech options, you got a World Legacy Clash, and funnily enough, Treacherous Trap Hole. Now I know a lot of people want Treacherous Trap Hole banned, like outright, not even just run it 1, they want it banned completely. I disagree with this entirely. I guess getting Treacherous Trap Hold sucks. It sucks so hard, but you take away that option, and then these running an anti-meta or an off-meta strategy, it's gonna make it very hard to climb. Now my Monarch Neos deck does not run Tretch because you want to run Treeborn Frog, you want to get his summon off. But all my other strategies tend to run Treacherous Trap Hole because it's a great removal option. And if I didn't have that, some of my decks would not climb at all. I wouldn't be able to run them. And that'll be a really big shame. So, but people just think of these cards in meta strategies. And yeah, I get it. If someone's running Blue Eyes and they run Tretch, if they Tretch you, you're gone. But of course you can't always counter it. So I think the best tech options to be running always are like World Legacy Clash, if you can fit it in your deck, Treacherous Trap Hole always, Cosmic Cyclone always. Cosmic Cyclone is the best form of removal in the game because it banishes, costs you 1,000 life points, but that also helps with, say, Bandit Keith's Switcheroo skill or getting closer to your skills. And it's a quick play, so you can set it during your turn and play on your opponent's turn. Behind that would be Galaxy Cyclone. Night Beam is not very good. It may seem good on the surface, they can't activate the card you're targeting, but they can activate another card, and then during the chain, activate their own card, the one you're targeting anyway. So unfortunately Night Beam's not that great, and if you guys have been hunting for it in the new box, you're gonna have a rough time. Other good off-meta strategies. Do people consider... I consider Triamids still off-meta, because of course you got to get combos off. You can't just play like 2 of your cards and go, yes, I've won the game. So Triamids are very good if you can learn the deck properly. Then of course you've always got Stall. Stall is an option, but again it falls to really fast decks. It falls to 6 Samurai. But of course Lava Golem is always an option too. People hate Lava Golem, but it can clear a board. And it always gets around, like I said, it gets around Neos. He has another way to get rid of Neos. Another unique option people have been running is Share the Pain. What Share the Pain does is that you have to tribute a monster, then your opponent has to tribute a monster, and then there's no effects go off. Why is this good? Because it doesn't target. So it's a great tech option if you're running into a lot of Red Eyes players. And if you can summon enough monsters anyway, Share the Pain won't hurt you. yeah, that's about it, guys. So you just got to understand your matchups and see, you know, are you going to be able to climb with your off-meta or anti-meta deck? Because if you're coming across, if your deck is not balanced enough and you're running too many of one thing, you're probably going to get run over eventually, and that sucks. And then we'll make you consider wanting to run meta again. But hey, if you can climb with something that no one else can climb with, I think you're doing pretty well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Antimatter Architect. Of course you can catch me on Twitch at Overlord London. You can catch me on Twitter at OLLTwitch. And of course you can catch me right here on YouTube. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get notified when I post videos, which is not very often, but I'm trying. I am trying. And we'll see you guys next time at the Antimatter Architect.